Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Mensah Augustine. Please, if you are new here, kindly subscribe to my channel. And if you have been watching my videos and if you are not yet subscribed, please kindly subscribe for us to build the mathematics community. In this lesson, we are going to evaluate limits. We are going to evaluate some examples on limits involving square roots. So join me as we go through this lesson. Thanks to one of my students from University of University of Education, Uniba, for sending me these questions so that evaluate the limits. Do not use L'Hopital's rule. So let's evaluate the limits here. So the first one is that you have to evaluate the limits as t approaches 0, 1 divided by t root 1 plus t minus 1 divided by t. I think I've solved similar question in one of my limits video, but when I was solving, I made it h. I made it as h approaches 0. So I think this is an assignment question, so let's solve it. Now, before we do this, let us simplify what we have here. So here we take the limit as t approaches 0. Here the LCM of this is t root 1 plus t. So this one we divide this, 1 times 1 is 1. Then t, we divide this to cancel t, so we have root 1 plus t times you have minus root 1 plus t. Now we have to rationalize the numerator. So we take 1 plus root 1 plus t divided by 1 plus root 1 plus t as the conjugate of 1 minus root 1 plus t. So here we have 1 times 1, that will give us 1. Negative root 1 plus t times positive root 1 plus t gives us negative 1 plus t. All divided by, why did I multiply this and that and this and that? Because we have difference of two squares. If we have a squared minus b squared is a plus b divided by a minus b. So here it is a times a, that is a squared, b times a, that is negative b squared. Simple as that. Okay. Or you can expand and then you see that the middle terms will cancel out. Now let's move on. So this one is a times a squared, and here you multiply this to get that. Very simple as that. Okay. Or let me expand. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times this will give me plus root 1 plus t. This time that will give me negative root 1 plus t minus root 1 plus t squared. All divided by t times root 1 plus t times 1 plus root 1 plus t. Here I did not expand the denominator because I want to simplify the numerator first and see if something can cancel something out here. And I'll bring the limit as t approaches 0. So here this one will cancel this, the square will cancel the square root, and we have 1 minus 1 plus t divided by t times square root of 1 plus t times 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. We have the limit as t approaches 0. This is equal to negative t, that is negative 1 minus t. So 1 minus 1 will give us 0. Very simple as that. Or let us expand. You have 1 minus t divided by, have you seen that? So here 1 minus 1 is 0, so you can turn that one off. Then you have t times root of 1 plus t times 1 plus root of 1 plus t. Then we take the limit as t approaches 0. Wow! I hope you are enjoying the lesson, right? So here, this t will cancel this t, and we have the limit as t approaches 0, negative 1 divided by square root of 1 plus t times 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. Now as t approaches 0, we are going to have negative 1 divided by square root of 1 plus 0 times 1 plus square root of 1 plus 0. And this will give us negative 1 divided by root 1 into bracket 1 plus root 1. It will give us negative 1 divided by 2. So here root 1 is 1, and here root 1 is 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2, and 1 times this will give us that. Very simple as that. Let's take the next question. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. That is A to D. Very, very simple as that. Now the next question we have the limit as x approaches 1, square root of x minus x squared divided by 1 minus square root of x. So here we can apply our linearity here. Very simple as that. So here let's take the limit as x approaches 1, and then write this one as x to the power half minus x squared divided by 1 minus x to the power half. So here you can factorize something out at the numerator. So we write the limit as x approaches 1, x to the power half into bracket 1 minus x to the power 3 out of 2. Is it like that? Yes, very simple as that. All divided by 1 minus x to the power half. Now look at this. X to the power half times 1 will give us this. X to the power half times this will give us x to the power half plus 3 on 2. And this will give us x to the power 4 on 2. And we go back to x squared. Very simple as that. Now, for this one, this is the same as writing the limit as x approaches 1, x to the power half. Very simple as that. Into brackets 1 minus x to the power half to the power 3, all divided by 1 minus x to the power half. Very, very simple as that. So here, how do we expand this one? How do we expand this one? You see that if you have 1, if you have a cube minus x cube, that is difference of 2 cubes. It's the same as writing a minus x times a squared plus a squared plus ax plus x. Right? Let's expand this and see if we get this one. Yeah, x cube rather. X squared like this a times a will give us a cube. A times ax will give us plus a squared x. Then a times this will give us plus ax squared. This times this will give us minus a squared x. This times this will give us minus a x squared. This times this will have minus x cube. So here you see that we are going to have a cube back. A squared x will cancel this. So you see that this one will cancel this, and here too. Oh, sorry. This one will cancel this, and this one too will cancel this, and you get this back. So you are going to use that idea here. You have a minus x, a squared plus a times x plus x to the power 2. So let's use this one to expand what I have there. So this is the same as the limit as x approaches 1, x to the power half into bracket. Here a is 1. So 1 squared is the same 1 plus a is 1 and x to the power half. So x to the power half plus x squared, and here we have x to the power half squared, so plus x to the power half squared. So I didn't bring a minus x, so let me do that one. Let me bring it here. So here you have the limit as x approaches 1, x to the power half, a minus x. So here I have 1 minus x to the power half. I think once I've had the formula, let me write it here. So I think we can use that here. So let's do this. This one will become the limit as x approaches 1, x to the power half into bracket. Here we have a to be 1 minus x to the power half. Because here our x is x to the power half times a squared, and a is 1 plus a is 1 times x to the power half. We have x to the power half plus x to the power half squared, all divided by 1 minus x to the power half. So this will give us the limit as x approaches 1, x to the power half, and this 1 minus x to the power half will cancel this one. So you have times 1 plus x to the power half plus x. Now, as x approaches 1, we are going to have here as 1 to the power half into brackets 1 plus 1 to the power half plus 1, which will give us 1 into bracket 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equal to 3. Very simple as that. So the technique is what I did here. Look at what I did to factorize the numerator. Very, very simple as that. Okay, now let's solve the C. So what is the limit of square root of x minus x squared divided by 1 minus square root of x as x approaches 1? The answer is equal to 3. Very, very simple. So I think it has left in the last two. So here we have the limit as x approaches 2, square root of 6 minus x minus 2 divided by square root of 3 minus x minus 1. Here, if you put in x equal to 2, you have 0 divided by 0, which is indeterminate, meaning that we have to factorize a common factor out. We have to factorize a common factor out. So how do we figure that common factor that we will factorize it out? So here it involves two radicals. We have a radical at the numerator and a radical at the denominator. So we have to factorize, we have to rationalize the top and then the bottom. That is the numerator and the denominator. So here we will multiply them by root 6 minus x plus 2 divided by root 6 minus x plus 2. That is the conjugate of the numerator is root 6 minus x plus 2. And then the conjugate of the denominator is root of 3 minus x plus 1. And we multiply this one by also root of 3 minus x plus 1. Now, so here we multiply this by that. So you have the limit as x approaches 2. This is difference of two squares. So I'll just multiply the first to the first, the last and the last. Because the middle term will become 0. So here I'm going to get root of 6 minus x times root of 6 minus x will give me 6 minus x minus 4. Okay. Divided by, I'm going to multiply the difference of two squares. So root of 3 minus x times root of 3 minus x will give me 3 minus x. Negative 1 times 1 will give me negative 1. Times, at the top I'll have root of 3 minus x plus 1 divided by root of 6 minus x plus 2. So here I'm going to have the limit as x approaches 2. This one will give me 2 minus x divided by 2 minus x times root of 3 minus x plus 1 divided by root of 6 minus x plus 2. And you see that here this one will cancel this out. We have the limit as x approaches 2, root of 3 minus x plus 1 divided by root of 6 minus x plus 2. So here, as x approaches 2, we have square root of 2 minus 2, square root of 3 minus 2 plus 1 divided by square root of 6 minus 2 plus 2. And which will give us, this will give us 1 plus 1 divided by 4 plus 2. And that will give us 2 out of 6 equal to 1 out of 3. Very, very simple as that. So here, the trick here is that we have this divided by that. Very simple as that. And you see that if we put in x equal to 2, we are getting 0 divided by 0. Very, very simple as that. It means that we have a common factor. We have a common factor that we can cancel it out, and this is the common factor. You see that we've cancelled it out because we have 2 minus x equal to 0, 2 equal to x, which means that 2 minus x is a common factor. That's why we've cancelled out. And when we simplify, this is what we get. So just check the tricks involved. Now it has left with the last question. So here, the last question is the limit as x approaches 0, square root of 3 plus x minus square root of 3 divided by x. Here too, if we put in 0, we are going to get 0 divided by 0, which is indeterminate. It means that we have x as a common factor that we have to factorize it out. So let us rationalize the numerator. So here we take the limit as x approaches 0, square root of 3 plus x minus square root of 3 divided by x times the conjugate of the numerator, that is square root of 3 plus x plus root 3 divided by square root of 3 plus x plus root 3. So here, since we have difference of two squares here, multiply the first one by the first one to get 3 plus x, multiply the last one by the last one to get negative 3, all divided by x times square root of 3 plus x plus root 3, and bring the limit as x approaches 0. So here, this 3 will cancel this 3, and you have the limit. You have the limit as x approaches 0, x divided by x times square root of 3 plus x plus square root of 3. That will give us 1 divided by square root of 3 plus x plus square root of 3. You see that this x will cancel this x. So we are now going to take the limit of this as x approaches 0. So we have the limit as x approaches 0, 1 divided by square root of 3 plus x plus square root of 3. Now as x approaches 0, we have 1 divided by square root of 3 plus 0 plus square root of 3, which will give us 1 divided by 2 root 3. You can also rationalize this. 1 divided by 2 root 3 is the same as root 3 divided by 6. That's our final answer. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. If you have any assignment or homework that you would like me to help you, you can send it to my WhatsApp number +2 3 3 2 4 5 3 60 7 9 3. It is also my mobile money account number, so you can support my channel by donating into my mobile money account number. But please, if you are sending any homework, please send it on time so that I will be of help to you. Bye bye.